Hello, everyone around the world, which is good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I am so happy to welcome you to our very special Wellness Wednesday. We have a very special guest on with us. My name, though, is Holly DeMott, and I am currently in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is where I live. This is my home base. And this allows me to, do three all over the world with this global business. Tonight, though, you're going to be hearing about our amazing and phenomenal life-giving products. You're going to hear about the science. You're going to hear from our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Dan Gubler. He is a PhD and he's Caltech trained. So Caltech, just so you know exactly the caliber of person that we have on tonight, Caltech. It is one of the top 3 science schools with Harvard and MIT. A fun factoid about Caltech, it has more Nobel Prize winners than any other school. We are in absolute amazing company tonight. So welcome from whether you're in your living room, whether you're in your car listening, wherever you may be. And, I recommend to, take in as much as you can. Take notes. It's going to be fun. Dr. Dan has a way of presenting that it really does put you on the edge of your seat where you want to hear more. And it's empowering information to lead a healthier life and to spread the word of a healthier lifestyle with these phenomenal products. Dr. Dan has 15 years of cellular absorption formulation experience. You're going to hear more about the absorption piece. And that got me. I'm like, I want the best of the best when it comes to nutritionals. And these truly are the best that I have ever used. I always share with people, I want to look and feel 10 years younger. Who doesn't, right? And that's what I've found here. It's magical in my world. He's formulated over 70 nutritional supplements. He has 16 patents granted or pending. And he's a health influencer. This is a passion of his that comes out organically. And you're going to hear it tonight. But as being a health influencer, he has a TikTok channel. He has an Instagram channel. And he has over 100,000 followers on each of those channels where he's educating and empowering people with their health. And it's amazing to hear from him every single day when we have a chance. So welcome, Dr. Dan Gubler. We are very grateful that you are on to share with the world of 3 what we have here with your wellness talk.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Holly. So great to be with you. So great to be with you all. Thanks, Holly, for all that you do. It was great traveling with you a few days ago in the Midwest of the United States. We had a lot of fun. Well, hello, my friends. I am so grateful to be with you today. And it's a good day. Anytime we get to talk science is a really good day. When I woke up this morning, I woke up at about 5 in the morning, and I like to wake up early. Clinical studies show that waking up early is good for health. So I wake up early. And when I woke up this morning, I was so excited because I realized that today is a day that we get to talk science. And anytime we get to talk science, it's a fabulous day. So what I am attempting to do tonight, my friends, is that when you leave from our time together, I want you to acutely understand how powerful 3 is as a company. Our foundation, what sets us apart, our products, what's unique about our products, our clinical studies, why that's important. We're going to talk about the PDR, and then we're going to wrap everything up. And hopefully, by our time when it's up, you'll understand that 3 is the proactive wellness company. We're the world leaders in proactive wellness. So a little bit about me. The most important thing you need to know is I love science. I eat, I drink, I breathe, I sleep science. When I'm in the shower, I think about science. It's who I am. It's what I do. It's literally in my DNA. This is a picture of my grandfather. I love him so very much. He was one of the most powerful influences in my life. My grandfather was a famous biochemist. He trained at the University of Wisconsin. He trained at Berkeley, and he was later a professor at Cal Berkeley, which is one of the top 5 chemistry schools in the United States and pretty much in the world. He, when I was 12, my grandpa, this hero of mine, came down with cancer. Now, a little bit about his career. He discovered vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. He, with a group of researchers in Indonesia, there was a disease called beriberi. And he, with these other scientists, figured out that those people who were dying with beriberi, if they gave them thiamine, this mystery compound that no one knew about in the 30s and 40s, that they rapidly regained health. He also discovered the role of copper in the body. And so, like I said, when I was 12 years old, I thought my world was over. I was sitting at my dinner table in Utah. My grandpa later moved to Utah and was a professor at BYU. And when I was sitting there, my dad said, I have some important things to share with you. And I still remember everything about the event. I remember how my house smelled. I remember the lighting. I remember what we were eating. We were eating meatloaf and potatoes. It was a Monday night. And my dad said, Grandpa has cancer. Grandpa Gubler has cancer. And when I heard that, I thought my world was over. I didn't hear the rest of what he was saying about how serious it was or whatnot, but I left the table, ran downstairs, threw myself on my bunk bed, looking up at the bottom bunk, looking up the bottom of the top bunk and thinking, my world's over. This is my hero. What's going to happen? And I don't know about you, but I talked to myself a little bit and I was like, I don't know, my world's over. And I heard this voice. It was my own voice saying, well, you like chemistry, right? Like, yeah, I like chemistry. And then that voice said, well, you can use chemistry and science to help people like your grandpa and people all over the world. So for me, that's what I've done. I've dedicated my life. I've always wanted to be a scientist, but 12 years old, that's when I really knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to dedicate my life to helping humankind. And so my heroes are chemists. In the 80s, everybody, Michael Jordan, Air Jordan, he's great. But for me, R.B. Woodward. R.B. Woodward won 4 Nobel Prizes. That's unheard of. It's harder to win 4 Nobel Prizes than it is 6 NBA championships. George Whitesides, Sam Danishevsky, Peter Dervin, Yoshihiro Kishi. These are my heroes. They're scientists. They changed the world. And so for me, it's all about the science. This is what I do. This is who I am. And so when it comes to human health, there's 2 different ways to think about taking care of your health. There's proactive wellness and there's reactive wellness. Proactive wellness is doing things every single day to be healthy. In health, there's a spectrum, right? There's really healthy and then there's really not so healthy. And so we want to be proactive about our health. We want to do things every single day that keep us on the proactive wellness side. The other way about taking care of our health that we could think about is reactive wellness. And that's what pharmaceutical companies do. And there's nothing wrong with reactive wellness. I was a pharmaceutical scientist for many years. I synthesized drugs for pharma, for Roche and Eli Lilly and other companies. But reactive wellness, you wait until there's a problem and then you try to fix it. And I don't know about you, but I think that's ridiculous to wait until there's a problem. That's like waiting right until our kid is going to college to save money, or waiting right until we're 65 to figure out how to fund our retirement so we could retire. It's too little, too late. And so while reactive wellness, if we're in this death spiral, it could pull us out. That's not the way to do things. It's all about proactive wellness. And no other company is talking about proactive wellness. Other supplement companies, they're just talking about health and wellness. But health and wellness mean nothing unless you couch it in the realm, in the ideology of proactive wellness. And so here at 3, we are the world leaders in proactive wellness, and everybody's going to know it. We're going to get to the point where the you say, I say game, where I say, you say game, where I say proactive wellness, and you can point to anybody on the street in the entire world, and they're going to say 3. They might not have joined us yet, but they know who we are, they know what we do, and they know that we are the best in proactive wellness. So think proactive and be proud, because here at 3, that's what we do. Okay. And how do we do that? How do we improve proactive wellness in a way that no other company does? And in a way that no other company can? Well, it's because we use 3 guiding pillars, 3 principles. The first is exploration. So there's 600,000 species of plants on the earth, and less than 5% of them have been studied for their bioactive compounds. And man, that just gets me fired up. I'm a natural products chemist, a phytonutrient chemist. That's what I do. I discover molecules in plants. And I've discovered over 20 different molecules in plants. And so we travel around the world isolating, discovering new molecules from plants that can improve human health. So, do you think there's a molecule that hasn't been discovered yet that could help with brain health? Absolutely, there is. We're actually studying one in Indonesia. It's called the ant nest plant. We're studying molecules in South Africa that can help with gut health. We're studying molecules in Japan that can help with bone health. We're studying molecules in Scandinavia that can help with heart health. We're studying molecules in the United States that actually have really cool anti-parasite properties. And man, that's exciting to me. That gets me fired up. And no one else is doing this. Pharma companies used to do this. They used to do drug discovery until about 5 years ago, when they're doing other things like combinatorial analysis, and now they're using AI to try to find molecules. But the best way to find bioactive molecules is from Mother Nature. And so we travel around the world. In northern Thailand, we have our Medicinal Plant Research Institute, and this is a marvelous place. In northern Thailand is one of the most fertile places on the planet. It's where the weather system from the Himalayas and from Southeast Asia and from India and Mongolia combines to form this really, really unique pocket of weather where the soil is very, very fertile and the air is rich in bioactive molecules, and the plants drink in those molecules. And it provides a really, really nice place to study plants. So we recently planted 55 different plants. I was on a Zoom call with our team yesterday, and they were showing me the progress of the plants that we've planted. I'm going to go out there here in a couple of weeks to check it out. And the things that we're doing there are marvelous. We're studying and discovering new molecules from plants. What do we do when we discover a new molecule from plant? Well, we look at its biological activity. We see how active it is. And then we include it in our formulations. And that, my friends, is a big deal. And that brings power. The second core pillar is curation. So what we do is we take these molecules that we discovered from plants and other phytonutrients from other plants that are known, and we put them together in novel, unique combinations. So here at 3, we formulate all of our products from scratch. And most companies don't do that. When they want to develop a product, they don't go into the lab. They don't have a lab. What they do is they pick up the phone and they call a manufacturer saying, hey, will you make us a gut health product? And the manufacturer says, yeah, absolutely. And they make me a gut health product. But the problem with that is they don't just make it for me. Contract manufacturers are all about money. The more money, the more product they sell, the more money they make. Contract manufacturers, it's a volume game. They need to sell millions of a product in order to make a really good profit. And so they don't give that formula to me. They give it to you and you and you and that person over there and that person over there. They give it to everyone. So how are you unique? Well, you're not. And you see this, right? When you go online on Amazon or different places to buy supplements, when you look at the back ingredients of a lot of the supplements, they're all the same. They all use the same ingredients, and that's because they come from the same manufacturer. So what we do in our curation process, it's like what a Michelin star chef does. She curates different ingredients, right? She grabs ginkgo from Japan and, the freshest vegetables from Morocco and, carrot from France and all these different things. And they put them together in a unique, novel combination. And it makes the taste buds sing. And it's like something you've never, ever tasted before. Well, that's what we do in our formulation. Most other companies, it's akin to going through a fast food restaurant and grabbing a number 2. Totally different what we're doing here. And that's why our products have power, because of curation. And also the third pillar, absorption. You can have the most powerful molecules in a formula on the planet, but unless it's actually absorbed into the cell, it's of no use. It doesn't matter. And when it comes to bioactive molecules from plants, phytonutrients, on average, they're 10% bioavailable. So what that means is if I have 100 milligrams of molecules of a material, only 10% of it is getting into the cell. That's pathetic. That's terrible. And so if we're really serious about improving human health, we need to use many different absorption technologies. Not one, not 2, but many more to make sure that all the molecules in this beautiful formulation get into the cell and exert their biological activity and cause a beautiful reaction and health promoting benefits in the body. So here at 3, we don't use 1, we don't use 2. We have over 11 different cellular absorption technologies and more in development. Man, we have one that we're developing right now that we're in the process of patenting, and it is hot, baby. It is so excited. It's so exciting. I just can't stop smiling when I think about absorption because of this new technology. Our 11 are already amazing, but this is gonna knock your socks off. We can't talk about it yet because it's not patented, and we don't want to disclose it in the public domain. But it's fantastic. And so, why I'm saying that is that here at 3, we will continue to develop more and more unique and powerful cellular absorption technologies to make sure that our products have the best absorption rates in the industry, bar none. And they already do. You won't find any other products that have the absorption rates that we do. And we have clinical studies to show that. And I'll show that here in a little bit. So 11 different cellular absorption technologies. So when you look at this together, exploration, curation, absorption, there is no other company that uses these 3 pillars. So as a result, there's no other company that can match what we do in our product development. That's why our products are the best of the best. They're the most powerful. Whoever has the most powerful tools has the ability to make the most powerful and beautiful structure. And that's what we've done here at 3. Another thing that makes us unique is our scientific advisory board. So here at 3, we are almost 9 months old. 9 months. That's not very old as a company. And yet you see, we have 8 members of our scientific advisory board, 9 including myself. And these are the best scientists in the world. They've trained at the Mayo Clinic. They've trained at Johns Hopkins. They care for some of the world's wealthiest executives. Dr. Green is an MD, PhD. He trained at University of Washington in Seattle, which is the best biomedical school on the planet. And so we're proud to have these members. They push me. They help me to be better. They speak at our events. You might have heard them speak before. If you haven't, and you're just new joining us in the future, you'll hear them speak, and they are amazing. You will not find another startup company or really another company with the caliber of the people on the board that we have. And why are they on the board? Because we pay them a lot of money, right? No, we pay them $0. Well, that doesn't make sense, right? Why would medical doctors be on a board and spend a lot of time? We have several calls a month, and they're texting me and we're talking all the time. Why would they be on our board if we don't pay them any money? Well, because these individuals are servants. They love taking care of people. They're passionate about improving human health, and they love what we're doing in the realm of proactive wellness. And so they're happy to join us. We're on a mission together. And so we're grateful for our scientific advisory board, one of the things that really sets us apart. Okay, so now that we've set the stage here, foundation to show why our company is so different and so unique, let's now talk about our 6 products. We have 6 products. But really, we don't. When we were forming the foundation of this company, and when we were thinking about what products to develop, and when we knew that we were going to become the world leaders in proactive wellness, we thought to ourselves, what are the things that the body needs in order to function properly? So we thought about the different aspects of human health, the different components that need to come together to have proactive wellness, holistic, comprehensive wellness. And so really, we have one product. It's a system, but it's in 6 different delivery forms. So this is our premier powerful proactive wellness system. Okay, I like to use analogies when I share science because it helps me, and hopefully it'll help you. But the body's like a performance machine. It's like the sports car. This sports car goes 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. And our body is like that, or it should be like that. The body performs millions of chemical reactions where everything's working in harmony, powerful, performance, strength, versatility. That's what the body should be like. Unfortunately, though, due to poor nutrient absorption, the modern processed diet, soil depletion, our body is now actually like that junker car than the sports car. You think about it, the modern processed diet, we go an entire day without eating anything medicinal, right? You wake up in the morning, you get your kids ready, you're late for work, you grab a coffee and a breakfast sandwich. How many phytonutrients in that breakfast sandwich? 0. You get to work, it's busy, you have a working lunch, you don't go out, you can't eat your salad or whatever, you eat 2 slices of pizza. They bring in pizza. How many phytonutrients in that pizza? 0. You get home, you're tired, Kids are grumpy. You want to get a meal fast. You go to the freezer and grab a frozen meal, like a lasagna or something like that. You cook that up with breadsticks. How many phytonutrients? 0. And then you get the kids to bed. And you're just so tired. And you plop on the bed or on the couch and you're ready to binge watch your favorite show to relax for a little bit. And you grab your ice cream and you eat that. How many phytonutrients in that ice cream? 0. So you've gone an entire day without eating anything medicinal. And when you do that day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, human health suffers tremendously. The food we're eating is not as healthy in phytonutrients as the food our parents and our grandparents ate. And when the metabolism of the body is broken, when we're unhealthy, this junker car, we can't absorb nutrients. So even when we do eat something good, we're not absorbing the nutrients to the degree that we need to. So this forms a very vicious cycle that just causes health to spiral down. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to develop a product that gave the body everything that it needs for proper function. The micronutrients, the probiotics, the prebiotics, the enzymes, chlorophyll, phytonutrients, everything the body needs for proper function. And that product is Vitalite, the world's #1 premier foundational health product. And what does it do? Well, it gives everything the body needs for proper function. That helps with heart health, brain health, eye health, gut health, cellular energy. So how many of you, when you take this product, you feel natural energy? When I go around talking with people about Vitalite, that's the #1 thing that they say, man, this just makes me feel energized. And then they come up to me and they lean up close and they're like, how much caffeine is in the product? Because I feel energy. I'm like, what? Yeah, how much caffeine? Well, 0 caffeine, 0. Well, why are we feeling energy? Well, it's not stimulatory. We're giving the body the nutrients it needs. When the body doesn't have the nutrients it needs, we don't have the energy. It's like a power plant that's running at 50% capacity. It can't feed electricity to the entire city, so there's rolling blackouts. Sometimes you have power, sometimes you don't. With this product, we now have power again, natural energy. Our mind is sharp and keen and active, and everything's better. Mood's better because we now have the nutrients we need. These are the key ingredients in this product. One of the key, among these, one of the best, and one of the ones we need to talk about is our natural vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are not easily absorbed in the body. They don't cross the cell membrane. The cell membrane is very particular about what it lets in and what it lets out. And it doesn't let a lot of things in, even though they're good. Medicinal phytonutrients, it doesn't let them in because the role of the cell membrane is to keep the cell and the body alive. It doesn't just randomly let things in and out. And so it's a bit paranoid. You know, like that paranoid person that doesn't pick up the phone or won't open the door and let someone in. It's paranoid. And vitamins and minerals don't get into the cell. So when you take a normal multivitamin supplement, no absorption. That's why when you use a restroom, your urine is bright yellow colored because it's not being absorbed. Well, what we did is we went to one of our favorite organisms called yeast, and we gave yeast their favorite food, and we treated them very kindly. We gave them their blankie. We put on their favorite movie. We gave them everything that they need. And we said, hey, will you make vitamins and minerals for us? And the yeast, they do. And it's great. And we collect the vitamins and minerals. But what's really cool, what we found and discovered is that when we collect these vitamins and minerals from yeast, there's something that comes along, a molecule called a glycoprotein. And glycoproteins are actually part of the cell membrane. And one of the things you need to know, if you remember your chemistry and biology, university days or high school days, wasn't that great? Isn't science amazing, science classes? But one thing that you'll remember is like associates with like. Molecules with similar chemical properties, they bond, they bind to each other and hang out together. Molecules of different properties, they repel. And so glycoproteins are part of the cell membrane. So when we have a glycoprotein attached to a vitamin or mineral and it comes up to the cell membrane's like, hey, what's up, brother? It recognizes the glycoprotein. The glycoprotein assimilates, it merges into the cell membrane, and it throws the vitamin or mineral into the cell. And now we have vitamins and minerals with superior bioavailability. And no one else on the planet is using this technology. You can see we have enzymes, trace minerals, probiotics, 100 million probiotics. That's a really good amount. There's an arms race when it comes to probiotics nowadays, 20 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion. Everybody's going up like this. But there's recent clinical studies showing that too much of a good thing is too much. When you add too many good bacteria, probiotics, into the gut, it actually causes, scientifically, we say dysbiosis, or an imbalance in the gut microbiome. So 100 million live good bacteria is the perfect amount. And then we have an omega-3 soft gel. And that omega-3, we designed it such that it mimics if you were to eat fresh fish, fresh tuna, fresh salmon that has omega-3, astaxanthin, other fatty acids that are vital for human health. So it provides all of that. And it does so without the heavy metals, without the mercury that can be found in fish. Now, here are the curated phytonutrient combinations. So you remember, we talked about curation, about this secret recipe, putting together these beautiful combinations that make us unique and different from any other company out there on the planet. Now, I have 3 examples of phytonutrient combinations, curation examples, but in every formula, there's over 40. And I won't tell you all of them, but here's 3 that'll give you an example. So vitamin B12 and a beautiful phytonutrient called astragaloside 4. Now, isn't that a beautiful molecule? Man, look at that. You see at the top, you have a 3-membered ring. In the middle of the molecule, the top, it's black, 3-membered ring. That's a cyclopropane ring. And usually the bond angles are 109.5 for carbon bonds. But in that cyclopropane, they're at about 108. So it's about to blow. It's really stressed. It's really strained. When I look at molecules, I like to think that they have personalities like people. And you know that person that's just kind of uptight and you walk on eggshells around that person because you don't know when they're going to explode. Well, that's what astragaloside 4 is. But when you have that person that's uptight, and then you have that other person that's really good friends with that person and can talk them down, can talk them off the cliff, can calm them down. That's what vitamin B12 is. They form a beautiful combination. They were meant to be together, and it increases the power of vitamin B12. Enzymes are the molecular machines that catalyze all the reactions in the body. But enzymes, like a car, like a machine, are of no use unless you have a key to open the door, to turn the engine on, and to make that car move and to do work. If you don't have trace minerals, then the enzymes are useless. They just sit there. And so most products have enzymes, but they don't have trace minerals. And then vitamin E and omega-3, they work beautifully together to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body. They're synergistic in nature. So you can see these are 3 combinations that make this product powerful and unique and different from any other product on the planet. And like I said, we have over 40 more of these that we could show. So that's a big deal. And then we have our cellular absorption technologies. Vitalite uses 3 different cellular absorption technologies. We talked about the yeast glycoprotein matrix technology. We have an enzyme blend of specific enzymes that take big molecules that can't get into the cell membrane and can't exert their function in the cell. And we take them and we chop them up into smaller and smaller pieces. So they're now able to go through the cellular membrane. They kind of shimmy their way through, get into the cell, and now they're able to do their job in promoting health. And then we have a class of molecules called polyphenols, a unique patent pending mixture of polyphenols that complex with bioactive molecules and push them into the cell. So that's foundational health. So when we take this product, now our foundation is strong. The body has all the tools it needs to succeed. The second need state is related to the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body. And the skin's prone to being damaged. Pollution, stress, anxiety, poor diet cause the skin to stop functioning how it should. And in the skin, you have a molecule called collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, and skin cells pump out collagen. They're like, you see this picture, it's like this factory, this assembly line here that's just pumping out car after car after car after car. Skin cells are pumping out collagen after collagen after collagen after collagen because the skin needs collagen. It's the structural foundation of the skin. And so skin cells are pumping out collagen, and everything's great until we turn 27. and 30 and 35. Because at about age 27, the body stops making collagen. Not completely, it starts to go down, but the production of collagen drops to the point that we're in our 40s, 50s, very little collagen is being turned over and produced in the skin cells. And that's a problem. Collagen keeps the skin tight. It's like if you set up a tent and you have the tent poles underneath that keep the tent fabric tight and taut. If you start pulling poles out of the tent, what happens is the tent starts to collapse. It sags. And that's what happens with our skin. When collagen production is degraded, we start to see wrinkles and crow's feet and these fine lines. So that's a problem. And it affects the way that we see ourselves. It affects the way others see us. But the skin is also a vital organ for health. There's what we call the skin-brain axis. There's a skin-heart axis. There's a skin-gut axis. And the skin does so many different things for health, in addition to providing a barrier to keep everything out and to keep all the good reactions inside the body that are functioning. So that's a problem. What do? These factories are broken. You look at this factory. It's broken. It's run down. The workers have gone, long gone. But if you were to take a look into that window, if you were to peer into one of the windows of the factory, you know what you would see? You'd see this. You'd see the machinery. It's still there. Everything's still there. It's covered in tarps and maybe covered with dust and whatnot, but it's still there. So the idea is, what if we could turn that on again? What if we could bring back the workers, bring back the raw materials, and start making collagen again? If we could do that, that would be powerful and that would be unique because there's so many collagen products out there, right? You could buy it at all the big box stores, small stores, retail, online, gas stations, 7-Eleven. You could buy it everywhere. But these collagen supplements are not effective because collagen's a big molecule and it doesn't absorb into the cell. And if you're just constantly giving the body collagen, but you're not turning the factories back on, then it's crazy. It's not a novel and it's not a sustainable strategy. So the product that we developed that turns on the body's natural ability to make collagen is collagen. And there's no other product on the planet that does this. So this product helps us to look and feel youthful again. It's a hair, skin, and nails product. It contains 5 grams of marine collagen. We get our collagen from Norway, from the North Atlantic Ocean, and it's fished by a sustainable open ocean aquaculture method. And it's certified by the Marine Stewardship Council. It's the best, highest quality fish collagen on the planet. It's type 1 collagen, which is what you need for proper health. A lot of companies are using beef collagen right now. Beef collagen is not the best type of collagen. It doesn't absorb. Why do people use beef collagen? Because it's a byproduct of the beef cattle industry in the US and in other countries. They have all these bones laying around. What are we going to do with it? Well, let's sell it as collagen, but it's not effective. And what we do with our collagen, it is a big molecule. So we take it through a process where we hydrolyze and micronize it, meaning we break it down into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces through this hydrolysis process. And then it undergoes further micronization. So these small pieces don't aggregate. They don't glom onto each other. So they're separate. So they can now go through into the cell, pass through the cell membrane, and turn on collagen production again. The key feature of our collagen, there's a dimer to a small molecular fragment called HIP-Pro, hydroxyproline proline together. That's responsible for helping to turn on collagen production. And it is the active molecule. And so in our marine collagen, we have large amounts of this HIP-Pro messaging molecule. We have keratin. We have hyaluronic acid. In pomegranate, that's also part of our secret sauce, because in pomegranate, you have beautiful molecules called punicalagins and ellagic acid that also help to turn the genes, the chemical switches on to produce collagen. We have vitamin C. We have biotin and other ingredients in this product. Curated phytonutrient combinations. So you see here, this HIP-Pro on the top left, that molecular structure, hydroxyproline connected with a proline. That's a powerful molecule. And then ellagic acid I mentioned. Isn't that a beautiful molecule? Look at that. It's symmetric. If you were to take a line and draw it down the middle there, you see it's symmetric one with another. It's flipped a little bit. But man, with that personality, I see ellagic acid as being, that person like has it all together. They're super organized. They have all the friends. You look at them, you look at their social media, and they're just living the best life. They're amazing. Well, that's ellagic acid. It has everything together. Biotin and HLA form a nice combination. Pterostilbene from our grapeseed and ascorbic acid form a nice combination. And again, there's over 40 other curated combinations that we could talk about that really are responsible for the unique power of this product. And then cellular absorption technologies, 3 different technologies: hydrolysis, micronization, and polyphenol complexation. So what you're seeing here is that every product has 3 or more different cellular absorption technologies. Okay, so we have foundational health. The body has everything that it needs. And now the skin's humming. It's producing collagen. And so our skin is moist and plump and beautiful and bright and dewy. So the next thing is we want to put a shield around the body. Like in a video game or whatever, put a shield around the body to protect the body from oxidative stress, from oxidation, from pollution, from all the things that could break and wear the body down. It's like a roof. A roof on a house protects everything inside the house, the people and all the possessions. It protects them from hurricanes and tsunamis and hail and wind and rain, so that everything in the house is beautiful and nice and safe. Because if the roof breaks down, then we have a problem. And the problem is when the roof breaks down and everything else inside the home is damaged, the house ages more quickly, right? And so when the shield of the body is broken down, it causes premature aging. And we don't want that. We want the body to age gracefully. We want health span and lifespan. We want to live to a ripe old age, but we also want to have health all the way along the way. Longevity. Longevity is huge right now. There's a lot of companies talking about longevity. Well, the product that we're talking about that we developed is a longevity product. It's an anti-aging product, and it helps to protect the body. And that product is Eternel. And there's no other product on the planet that uses the anti-aging longevity technology that we do here at Eternel, that we do here at 3 with Eternel. Now, what makes it unique? Well, it's an anti-aging product. It neutralizes free radicals. It's an antioxidant powerhouse. It protects the body from UV radiation and UV damage. Key ingredients: it has 200 milligrams of resveratrol. And not just any resveratrol that's highly bioavailable, that's locked up in liposomes and micelles, another technology that we'll talk about in a minute, that help it to be the most bioavailable on the planet. Normal resveratrol, about 10% bioavailability. We have glutathione, one of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet. We have 1.6 grams of marine collagen, the same marine collagen that we use in collagen. Because if we want to help with longevity and anti-aging, a little bit of collagen is a good thing. We have 10 superfruits with hundreds of different phytonutrients that help to protect the body from damage. And we have CoQ10, an amazing molecule that increases production of the power plants in the cell, the mitochondria. And we have third-party testing showing that in every packet of resveratrol, we have every packet of Eternel, we have over 200 milligrams of resveratrol. These are some of our phytonutrient combinations. You see here, top right, look at that, delphinidin. That is a freaking beautiful molecule. You have a plus charge on the oxygen there. It's called an oxime. And what happens is other molecules will come in right next to where that plus charge is, and they'll form bonds. So delphinidin is a connector. You know that person that like knows everybody? You're like, oh yeah, I know the prime minister of whatever, and I know the CEO of this company and whatever. Delphinidin is a connector. So when you have delphinidin in a formulation, it connects all the other molecules and moves them to where they need to go. And so all of the molecules in a product are better when you have delphinidin in it. But most people don't know that. Other companies don't know that. And they don't use delphinidin. They don't even know what delphinidin is. They don't know where it's from. And so that's one of our secret sauces that we use. Glutathione and CoQ10. They're together like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. And if you do, when you formulate, it's not going to be as powerful, as effective. And then we have collagen and ellagic acid, like I talked about before. So these are a few of the curated combinations in Eternel that make it so special and so powerful. We have 4 different cellular absorption technologies in Eternel: liposomes, polyphenols, hydrolysis, and micronization. Okay. The next thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to help with inflammation. If you ask any medical doctor and you say, "Doctor, true or false? Inflammation is the root cause of all disease." You know what they'll say? True. It is. And so if we want the body to be healthy, we need to support healthy inflammatory status in the body. We need inflammation to be held at bay. And a little bit of inflammation is a good thing. That's called acute inflammation. And that keeps the body on its toes. That keeps all these reactions firing and working. You know, it's like a fire. Or you're sitting on your patio on a summer night and you have a little fire pit, right? And you sit there, you feel the warmth coming from that fire, and it's beautiful. The ambiance, the light that it gives as you sit there and talk with your friends and relax and have a great time. It's a beautiful thing. You could roast s'mores on that fire and things are great. But if that fire starts to get on the grass and on the trees and on the side of your house, that's bad, right? It gets out of control, a forest fire. And that's what happens in the body. A little bit of inflammation, a little bit of fire is good. But if it spreads like wildfire, then that's bad. And so we want to control inflammation. Inflammation is also related to exercise. We eat to be lean. We exercise to be healthy. We need to exercise every day. Inflammation can cause us to not exercise and can cause recovery to be slow. And so lack of movement connected with inflammation is a big deal. So we wanted to develop a product that could keep inflammation at bay, that can help to keep us active, that can reduce muscle stiffness and soreness, can improve and accelerate exercise recovery so we can exercise day in and day out, even though we exercised really vigorously the day before. And so the product that we've done this, that helps to do this, is Revive. And Revive helps to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body. And you can see here the features and benefits. Helps with joints, muscle stiffness, promotes exercise recovery, and counteracts the effects of free radicals. Key ingredients: we have curcuminoids from curcumin, boswellic acids from boswellia, thymoquinone from black cumin oil. Oh, quilea saponins. That's really cool. In quilea saponins, you have molecules called saponins, obviously, and these saponins come together to form a delivery vehicle called a micelle. And a micelle is like a liposome, but it's a simpler. Liposome has several different layers. You know, it's like a bubble within a bubble within a bubble. Micelles are just one bubble, but they're really good at carrying molecules, especially small molecules. So some molecules that leak out of liposomes that can't fit into liposomes, micelles, boom, they fit them just fine. We have shiitake mushroom, contains a molecule called ergothioneine. We have sea buckthorn. And at the bottom, piperine and menthol. So this is really cool. These are what we call adjuvants. And adjuvants make the cell membrane a bit leaky, just for a split second, so that molecules can slide in. You know, it's like in those movies where it's the good guys against the bad guys, and the bad guys capture one of the good guys and take him to their compound. And the good guys are trying to break in to rescue their friend. And the bad guys have video cameras and electric fence everywhere, you know, and so it's hard to get in. Well, on the good guy team, you have that geeky guy that can turn the cameras off for a split second or turn the electric fence off so that the good guys can get in, and then the cameras and the electric fence come back on. That's what adjuvants do, piperine and menthol. So they're vital for human health. And when it comes to curated phytonutrients, if you want curcumin to be effective, you need to have piperine. That's a non-negotiable. And most companies don't do that. They're selling curcumin by itself. And number one, it's not bioavailable. But number two, it's not going to be able to do its job to its best ability unless you have piperine. So that's a great combination. Ergothioneine, look at that molecule. You see that middle left with the sulfur there, the S, the nitrogen, that's an imidazole ring. You have a trimethylamine, you see that nitrogen with a plus charge, and a carboxylic acid, the oxygen there. That's a beautiful molecule, and it works synergistically with proanthocyanidin A. Look at proanthocyanidin A. You look at that. Two molecules are connected together. Look at that freaking cool bond that's spanning the two pieces. You know, I haven't met a molecule that I don't like. You know, I was thinking the other day, we all get down once in a while, and I was thinking I should make some flashcards with like molecular structures that I like. So I could just be like, oh yeah, look at these and, help me to feel better, man. Molecules are awesome. That's what the world's made out of. That's what the universe is made out of. Beautiful molecules. So we use 4 different cellular absorption technologies. Micelles, I talked about that. Adjuvants, liposomes, polyphenols. And all of these help to make sure that all of the molecules in this formulation get into the cell. Okay, the next thing we want to do, if the body is to function properly, it needs to have a clean working space. You look here, look at this kitchen. Beautiful. Sky's the limit to what you can do here. You could just imagine all the amazing, delicious food that you can cook here in this kitchen. And I love to cook. Don't trust a chemist that doesn't cook. If you meet a formulator and they formulate supplements and they say they don't like to cook or can't cook, you should run away from that person. I love to cook. And, I get excited. And when I'm cooking a lot of things, like for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatnot, I like to scrub the kitchen, scrub the counters, make sure that they're clean. My wife Jane's like, they're already clean, man, but anyways, we want to make sure things are clean. And in the body, it's the same way. You look at this kitchen here. Are you able to do anything here? It's impossible to do work and to cook food in this kitchen unless you clean it up. And so in the body, the foods we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the things we touch, we're absorbing through our skin. As we breathe in, we're absorbing toxins, heavy metals, pesticide residues from pollution and other sources. They're getting in the body, they're getting in the cells, and they're like these dirty dishes. They're gumming up the body so the body can't function properly. And the body can't lose weight. The body won't lose weight if there's toxins. If the kitchen looks like this, the body's not going to give up fat to lose weight. And so we need to take care of this problem. And the product that we've developed that takes care of this problem is Purify, the world's most powerful, gentle, cleansing detoxification product. And now, when we talk about detoxification, there's a lot of detox products out there that are laxative products, that when you take it, like they're teas, that contain senna or buckthorn, and you take it and then you have to sit on the toilet all day long. You can't go to work because you're on the toilet. And other people are like, yeah, the product's working. Isn't that great? Yeah. Well, no, that's not great. We know the importance of the gut microbiome. And when you take a laxative product, you're flushing out the microbiome, the second brain. It's in the toilet. It's not in your gut anymore. And that's bad. So this is a gentle detoxification product. It detoxifies and cleanses the elimination organs, the liver, the lungs, the colon, the kidneys, and the skin. And it increases nutrient absorption. You are what you absorb. And Purify, when we get rid of the heavy metals and the toxins, now the body can absorb everything that it needs to, and it helps to support a healthy weight. Key ingredients, we have fulvic acid from humic shale. We have chlorophyllin. Chlorophyllin is a beautiful molecule. And that's why Purify, you look at that, the capsule's green. And that's because of chlorophyllin, which is a chlorophyll derivative. And what chlorophyllin and fulvic acid do, they're bloodhounds. You know that dog, the bloodhound, that you can train to sense something, to sniff something, right? You give it a shoe, or like in search and rescue operations, right? These dogs will be used to find the person that's lost. And they'll have the dog smell, a hat or a coat or something like that, so that they could get the scent of the person. And then they let go of the leash, and the bloodhounds, they go and they take off, and they can smell, they can find that scent. Well, fulvic acid and chlorophyllin are chemical bloodhounds. They could smell toxins, heavy metals, pesticide residues, pollutants. They can smell them, and they scour the body, and they grab them and they pull them out. And so when we do that, the body's now like that, this clean kitchen, and marvelous chemistry can now resume. Curated phytonutrient combination. Silymarin, Arcticin is a beautiful molecule from burdock. I love that molecule. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, man, that's a really interesting, it's a spanning molecule. It's very wide for its size. Really interesting molecule. Fulvic acid and chlorophyllin. I mentioned that combination. Linalool from coriander and apigenin from dandelion. Really nice combination. They form a complex that helps to turn on genes, help to detoxify the body. We have 4 different cellular absorption technologies that we use here. Okay, so the last thing that we wanted to do when we were thinking about this, okay, we want to make sure that everything in the body is taken care of. So we have a solid foundation. The skin's now great. One, we have a shield around the body, and we've supported inflammation, and we have this clean kitchen. So the toxins have been removed. Well, the last thing that we wanted to do is we need to make sure the immune system is healthy and strong from the very beginning. A proactively strong immune system. The last few years, I think we've all seen the imperative that it is to have a healthy and strong and vibrant immune system. Now, the immune system is made of two different parts. We have the innate immune system. That's the immune system we're born with, the cards that we're dealt. And then there's the adaptive immune system, the part of the immune system that's been trained to seek out and destroy the enemy, like these catapults, right, that you take out of the fortifications and you fight the enemy with, versus the castle, the fortifications that we're in. And so most nutritional supplements, they only support health of the adaptive immune system. Every other immune health supplement, just adaptive. So we wanted to support health of the innate immune system as well. And so you see these things here that can weaken the immune system. The other thing that we wanted to do is 80% of the immune system is in the gut microbiome. So one of the reasons we get sick is bad bacteria start building up in our gut. They overpower the good bacteria. They overpower the immune system, and we get sick. And so what we wanted to do, a novel strategy, no one, when they're thinking about the immune system, is thinking of the gut. And so we wanted to think about the gut and have ingredients that support gut health as well. And the product that we've developed that does these three things, innate immune system, adaptive immune system, gut microbiome, is Immune, the world's most advanced and powerful immune health product. Features and benefits: innate immune system, adaptive immune system, and the gut microbiome. And the way that we take care of the gut microbiome is through a really cool thing called quorum sensing. Quorm, you see that. Quorum sensing. So bad bacteria, they like to chatter with each other. They like to gossip, like using your phone and and texting back and forth. And when you text back and forth and you have someone else join and someone else join and someone else join, like a group of teenagers that are texting, and then pretty soon they're sending like really crazy, inappropriate things, and more teenagers join, and it's just this crazy thing, and it goes viral, and it causes damage, and people's feelings get hurt, and it's crazy, right? Well, bacteria are the same way. One bacteria, there's no way that it can get you sick, and viruses use quorum sensing as well. But when they gang up and start talking, it actually turns on genes in these bacteria and viruses that allow them to overwhelm the body. They level up. They get new tools and weapons. They're weaponized now, where they can now overcome the body. So we want to keep them siloed. And what we found is there's certain molecules from plants that we have a patent on. It's patent pending. We found that these molecules inhibit the ability of bacteria to communicate, bad bacteria to communicate. So it's basically like grabbing their phones and throwing them on the ground, breaking them, so that bacteria can't communicate. And when they can't communicate, they're siloed and they die. And when they die off, what fills the void? Good bacteria. So we improve health of the immune system. And it's a beautiful, powerful thing. And how many other companies use quorum sensing as a strategy to support immune health, or use quorum sensing at all? 0. 3 is the only company that has this technology. Curated phytonutrient combinations. I won't go through all these, but you see quercetin, sambubiosides, cordycepin, ergosterol. These are all beautiful molecules that we know and love here at 3 because we're phytonutrient curators. For us, it's not about the herb, right? We could care less. I could care less about reishi mushroom, really. But the polysaccharides, that's my jam. Elderberry, yeah, whatever. Sambubiosides, boom, I am there. That's the bee's knees. That's where the good stuff happens. So I'm grateful that you're with us because we put together these beautiful phytonutrients to provide power. We use 3 different cellular absorption technologies: liposomes, chelated amino acids, and nanotechnology in our nano silver. Now, one thing, a lot of people, when they hear nanotechnology, nanotechnology, that's terrible, that's bad. Well, no, nano just means size. Nano means nanometer. That's 10 to the minus 9th meter. That's all it means. And so with our nano silver, we use a patented technology to make silver very, very, very small on the nanometer scale so that it's very effective at killing bad bacteria. What silver does is it shoots, it's like putting pins into balloons. The cell membrane of a bad bacteria, is a sphere. And silver is like, choo, choo, it's like pins, poking the balloon. So the balloon pops. And silver actually causes bad bacteria to pop on itself and to die. And so we use nano silver, but it's not nanotechnology. We're not using crazy things that can have a bad impact on human health. Okay, so those are our 6 products. And hopefully you've gained a better appreciation of the power and uniqueness behind our products, the design, the curation, and the absorption technologies that make them the best of the best. And people recognize that they're the best of the best. And one of the organizations that recognizes that our products are the best of the best are medical doctors and the prescriber's digital reference, or the PDR. It used to be called the physician's desk reference when it was in hard copy, but now it's all gone online. So it's called the prescriber's digital reference, PDR. And the PDR is the number one medical resource that doctors use in order to know how to help their patients. So when you go and see the doctor, the nurse comes in, she takes your vitals, she asks you a few questions, and then she goes and gets the doctor, right? The doctor comes in and they ask you a few questions, and they look at the vitals from the nurse and they're asking you questions, they're testing a few things and whatnot, right? And then just when you think that things are good and the doctor is going to tell you what to do, they leave. Have you noticed that? The doctor leaves. And he's gone for like 15 minutes. You're like, where in the world is the doctor? Did he have to use the bathroom, or like where? I have my kid here, right? Let's figure this out. And then the doctor comes in 15 minutes later. And then the doctor says, well, I think that we should try this or this. Take this product, take this, take that. Okay, well, good. What was the doctor doing beforehand? Looking at the PDR and other medical databases to figure out how to help their patient. So isn't it cool that when a doctor is working with someone and inflammation is a problem and they want to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body, and when the doctor looks at the PDR, boom, Revive shows up as one of the options. Isn't that cool? When a doctor is looking for something that can help support the immune system of someone, boom, immune's in there. If the doctor wants to find a multivitamin type product, a foundational health product, because someone's nutrient deficient, boom, Vitalite. Isn't that cool? And here at 3, we are the only company that has all 6 of our products in the PDR. And that is a very big deal. Now, a lot of people say, well, you could just buy your way into the PDR. It's not really special. You could just pay money. As long as you pay money, you could get into the PDR. No. I mean, if that was the case, there's thousands of supplement companies, hundreds of thousands of supplements. And why aren't they in the PDR? Of the thousands and thousands of supplement companies, only about 22 supplement companies have their products in the PDR. Why? Because it's not easy. You can't just pay money. You have to have clinical studies. You have to have unique technology. You can't have turnkey fast food restaurant-like formulas. They have to be curated. They have to be unique. They have to be backed up, and they have to fit a need that medical professionals find useful, that it's going to be a tool and a resource for them as they help their patients. So talk about the PDR. Show the PDR. PDR.net, you can pull that up. Type in 3 in the search bar, boom, all 6 of our products will pull up. You can show that to people. Big deal. Okay, let's talk about some of the clinical studies that we've ran. Because it's not enough to just say our products work, or we hope they work, or we think they work, or we pray that they'll work. We run clinical studies. For us, it's about the science. You have to show. Don't tell me, show me. It's not up for debate. That's what I love about science. It's not up for debate, or, we can rationalize or, theologize. It's hardcore. It's black or white. And so we wanted to make sure that our products are bioavailable because we have 11 different cellular absorption technologies. And so what we did is we collaborated with a group called Wasatch Scientific. They're based out of Utah. What they do is they run clinical studies for pharmaceutical companies. And one of the things that they do is they test absorption and bioavailability of pharmaceutical drugs. So we asked their lab director, would you be willing, the same bioavailability and absorption study you run on pharmaceutical drugs, would you run those on our 6 products? And they said yes, and they ran the study. And the way it works is you form a cell membrane, and you're actually able to do this in a plate, a 96 well plate, and you form these cell membranes. And it takes about 2 weeks for these cell membranes to form. But the way that you do it, the cell membrane is actually more organized and more structurally functional than cells in the body. You're actually able to make them super high integrity and super tight. They're called tight junctions. You're actually able to make them really, really nice. And then what you do is you put a molecule on the top, and then you see how much of that molecule comes out on the bottom, right? So if I put 100 molecules on the top and only 4 come out on the bottom, well, then that product is 4% bioavailable, or the cellular absorption is 4%. And with our products, you see here, this is the bioavailability percent absorption for each of our products. But to understand this, you need to look to the far right, and you see organic control. And what you see there, that's curcumin. We use that as our benchmark molecule because curcumin is used in many supplements. And the bioavailability of curcumin, its structure, its function, who it is, what it does, is very similar to all the other molecules that we put in supplements. And when we tested it, the bioavailability, the absorption of curcumin is 10%. And then we tested our products alongside. So curcumin was the control. And you see our products go anywhere from Revive at 30% to Eternel, 95% bioavailable. Look at that. Purify, 88%. Collagen, 73%. Vitality and Immune, the same at 44%. Well, people might say, wow, look at Revive. That's not very good. Yeah, why are you showing that? Yeah. Well, no. Actually, it's all about comparing it to the control. So when you look at the control, Revive is 3 times more absorbable than normal nutritional supplements. Eternel, 9.5 times. And with our cellular absorption technologies that we're developing, we're always going to get better and better and better at making sure that everything in our formulations is highly bioavailable. Now, other companies say, well, our products are bioavailable. You know what I say? Okay, show me. Show me the data. And a lot of them, they can't show the data. They might have bioavailability on one ingredient, but there's 15 ingredients in your formula. Okay, show me the data on the formula that has all the ingredients. And they don't. But here at 3, we have this study. We have bioavailability absorption data on all of our finished formulas. And you can find this in the back office. You can pull it up. You can read it. You can send it to people. You could share it, showing that our products are highly bioavailable. Okay. So we ran a clinical study recently that just was so exciting. And it really sets the stage. What I'm about to show you, there is no other supplement company on the planet that is able to do this. They don't have the data to do what we're doing here with our products. And so I want to play a video for you that introduces this.
Every second, your genes are on the brink of chaos. More than 20,000 genes in your body are acting as switches, turning on and off constantly, each and every day using epigenetics, which tells things when to move, where to go, and what to make. They are designed to run perfectly, but factors such as pollutants, stress, processed foods, poor sleep habits, and lack of exercise have allowed your body's epigenetics to stop functioning optimally, causing you discomfort, lack of drive, and other more detrimental consequences. One way to help this is by being proactive and taking charge of your genes to promote and maintain the epigenetics within your own body. At 3, we have designed and demonstrated that our products can do just that.
My friends, this is a really exciting time in our company where we have shown that our products can help to regulate epigenetics in the body. Now, let me quickly explain. In our body, we have genes. We've heard of genes, not the things that we wear, but Genes, genes. There's 20,000 of them in the body. And these genes are chemical switches that turn on and off all the processes in the body. And the turning on and off of those switches to improve human health is called epigenetics. Another way to think about it is when you go to a symphony and you see the orchestra play, you notice there's the conductor. Everybody's just kind of messing around on their instrument. They're tuning it. They're getting ready. And then the conductor, he walks out. And the people in the orchestra are paying attention to the conductor. And then the conductor steps up onto the stool and onto the stand, and they get ready. And then he puts his hands out like this, and then they get really ready. And then they start playing, right? The conductor's leading them. And sometimes just the piccolos are playing, and sometimes just the percussion, sometimes just the strings. Sometimes everybody's playing. And it's this beautiful ebb and flow, soft and loud and everywhere in between. And it's beautiful. It sounds amazing. Well, genes control all the instruments of the body to make harmony. And that's epigenetics. Well, what would happen if during the middle of the orchestra, during the middle of the symphony, you took the conductor and you pulled the conductor away and put the conductor in a closet, closed the door and locked it? What would happen to the orchestra? It'd be chaos, right? Maybe someone would try to lead the trombone. What a trombone player would get up and, okay, guys, let's try to do this, but it wouldn't sound the same. Dysfunction would happen. Chaos would happen. And that's what happens in the body due to lifestyle factors. The genes are just not functioning. The epigenetics are not in balance like they should. A lot of the conductors are squirreled away in closets. And so what we've found is that our products help to unlock the doors of some of these closets where the conductors are, and we're able to send them back out onto the stage so that they could lead their orchestras again, and beauty and harmony is restored. And so what we did is we looked at several genes, chemical switches that are vital for human health. And we tested 4 products. We tested Vitalite, Revive, Collagen, and Eternal. Immune and Purify we didn't, because those are working through different mechanisms. So we tested 4 of our products, and we looked at several genes. BDNF. BDNF is a powerful gene that regulates brain health, cognitive function, processing, memory recall, are all controlled by this BDNF gene. And you want BDNF to be upregulated. You want it to be turned on. Some genes you want off, other genes you want on. And what we found, BDNF, Vitalite 840% increase. Collagen 570, Revive 430. So one of the cool things that this experiment, this clinical study has shown us is that if we want to improve brain health, we have 3 products that do already. We don't need to develop a new brain health product. Vitalite, Collagen, and Revive improve brain health. Now, there's another gene, IL-6, really important for inflammation. You want IL-6 to be down regulated. And man, this result, when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. Eternal down regulates this gene 1,250%. This is insane. This is crazy. When our third-party collaborator, Trinity Bioactives of New Zealand, when they ran this study, I said, I don't believe this number. They're like, we did it 3 times. I said, let's do it again. And they did it again. Still came out minus 1,250. Revive, Vitalite, they also turned down inflammation in the body to support a healthy inflammatory status in the body. NF-kappa B, also responsible for supporting healthy inflammatory status in the body. And look at this. All 4 of our products. Eternal, minus 345. Revive, as you would expect, minus 200. All down regulating this gene to support healthy inflammatory status in the body. PPAR alpha is a great gene when it comes to energy production. ATP is the energy currency of the body, and PPAR alpha is the gene that turns on, that produces ATP. So you want this gene to be up-regulated. Look at this. Revive, Eternal, Vitalite, Collagen. They all upregulate this gene. GLP-1. GLP-1's huge nowadays, right? We've all heard of the big rage right now is Ozempic, semaglutide, tirzepatide. These pharmaceuticals that regulate glucose and insulin. GLP-1 is responsible for insulin production, glucose regulation, and it helps to support a healthy weight. And the way those drugs work is by turning on GLP-1. And what you can see here is that Vitalite and Revive upregulate GLP-1 in normal and natural ways, not through reactive wellness, but proactive wellness. Isn't that cool? So if you want to support a healthy weight, these are 2 products. You should take all 6 of our products, but these 2 are working through a known mechanism, GLP-1, to support healthy weight. NRF1 is responsible for maintaining energy in the body. You want NRF1 to be upregulated. There are companies, supplement companies, talking about NRF1 and NRF2. Well, Revive and Vitalite, again, they upregulate NRF1. SOD1 helps with antioxidant function. You want it turned on. All of our products upregulate SOD1. So this study you can find in the back office, and actually it's really exciting. Right now we are writing a peer-reviewed manuscript that we're going to send to a journal for inclusion. So this data will be in the peer-reviewed scientific literature. So we're really excited for that. And that's happening right now as we speak. But you can find this study in the back office where it says exactly what we did, the results that were obtained, and you can read it, share it, and it's powerful. Like I said, on the scientific advisory board, Dr. Schneider is our chair, and I love him, and I'm grateful for his leadership. And he gave all the members a challenge a couple months ago, saying, go out and look at all the supplement companies, read all the scientific literature, read thousands of pages, and see if you can find any other company that has epigenetic data showing that their products are effective, that they support human health by maintaining healthy epigenetic status in the body, by supporting epigenetics. They couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. So we are unique. We stand alone in this area. We're pioneers in epigenetics and proactive wellness. So you should be really proud of what we're doing because it's powerful and it's unique. And everybody in the world, they need what we have because of this. So in conclusion, I hope that I've shown you that our products, we provide this proactive wellness system, a program that can help us to live healthy, happy, peaceful, that all 6 of these products, that they fill a need, a really strong need to support human health so that we can live proactively and not wait until something happens and then try to scramble reactively to try to make it okay. Anyways, I'm grateful that I've been with you tonight. I hope you've had fun. This has been fun, man. We've looked at beautiful molecules. We've talked about fantastic, cool science. We've shown clinical studies. And I think that we've shown that what we're doing here at 3 is special. It's powerful. And I'm so grateful that you've joined us. I am excited to continue to link arm in arm with you as we move forward to make the world a better place and change human health forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dan. That was absolutely empowering, amazing. You're so precise. I love the analogies. That helps me to learn. And we had a very large audience listening tonight. And Dr. Dan, I cannot thank you enough for your time, for your heart, for the 3 products and what you have put together. I enjoy the products and I love hearing everybody's testimonials. And I know you hear testimonials all the time when you're on the road.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much and have an amazing night.
Thank you.
I appreciate every single soul that's on here tonight, and everyone have an amazing night. Goodbye, everybody.